we're talking about politics, so many people focus their attention on the executive branch, who's president, who's in the White House, without ever talking about local politics. I think becoming a mother has made me a lot more aware about local politics, and it's kind of the catalyst for what piqued my interest into the political landscape at all in the first place. Because for most of my life, just like most Americans, I was focused on national politics. I heard to realize that no, your local politics, essentially your life, most of your day-to-day life is being controlled by people that you likely didn't elect, because believe it or not, most Americans do not show up for local elections. Most Americans have no idea who their city council members are, who is, in the government, besides the governor, who are the other people that are passing laws that impact your day-to-day life. Once I learned the significance of how much of your day-to-day is actually impacted on a local level, it was a game changer in the way that I view everything. City council members are controlling your local regulations, your zoning laws, your housing regulations. This is what impacts your rent prices, what gets built in your neighborhood, and ultimately the cost of living. For example, California, we pay a lot more for a lot of things, and people will often get upset about that and say, what are you guys doing in Washington? No, what is your governor doing? Mayor is going to influence the direction of your city and prioritize or determine what issues actually progress or get attention. Board of Supervisors are controlling jailing and infrastructure, also your sheriff's department and their funding, so local police or the funding. So when people in the inner city are saying, okay, the police response times are non-existent or too long, this is a local issue. School board is super important. You can attend school board meetings as well. Determining the curriculum, so what your child is learning, the funding allocation, school policies. School board, what they decide is going to impact your property values, the quality of your education, and your overall community standards. Also got your planning and zoning commission. If you're a builder, if you're in real estate, if you are just someone who actually wants to own land or property in your neighborhood, to determine your housing supply and your neighborhood structure. Local judges determine case outcomes and bail and sentencing. For all those people who are talking about unfair sentencing, this is happening at a local level. Local governments are literally determining the laws that are centered around your life, things that impact you on a day-to-day basis. So Washington, the executive branch, is important for our national discussion, yes, but we have to start advocating for people to show up locally, because this is actually really where the change is going to happen.